All right, welcome everyone to the second part of in-text citations. Um, Again, in-text citations is one of the most important skills that you need for the NUS UEE English paper. It shows your ability to appreciate your source of information. So let's do some quick review of the last time's the part one for in-text citation. Okay, so I will share a new screen here to do some quick revision. So from the part one of in-text citation, we already answered two main questions. The first one is why? Why do we need to do in-text citation? It's because whenever we use any piece of information from a source of information, we need to acknowledge, we need to show that, yes, I'm taking information from Mr., for example, Lahart, okay, whose writing was published in the year of 2019 in the paragraph this, okay? So that is the why, okay, to show our appreciation of the information source. The second question we already answered from part one was what or which components are included in a normal NUS in-text citation. Okay, so that we have three main components. The first one, again, the author's last name. The second one would be the publishing year. And the last one would be the paragraph number. Okay, so for today, we are going to answer the next question, which will be more applicable to most of you because you will see how in-text citation is an in-text citation is written, is integrated into your writing. So that's the question of how to write in-text citation. Okay, so let's go. So I will share a new screen here. Here is actually the NUS food waste paper. It is a sample paper that NUS already put on its UEE website for potential candidate to look at. So the first thing we need to do is to look at the adapted from. Okay, let's do some revision very quick. For this section, adapted from, the part Lombok is the name that we need to use when we do in-text citation. Okay, you can recall that. So Lombok is the last name of the author. This article is written by just one author. Okay, the publishing year, we can find it here, the second component of an in-text citation. And the third component, where is it? The third component is the paragraph number. So depending on where you take that piece of information, then you will be able to decide the paragraph number. And normally, if it is a paper test, a paper-based test, okay, they will not show you the paragraph number. Okay, so you have to manually, you have to really count the paragraph number. So you write 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so that will help you track the paragraph number in a better way. But if it's an online paper, it might show you the paragraph number. So for the paper that I created online for you to try, I put the paragraph number there, okay, so that you are guided easily. Okay, so coming back here, so you know this is the source. I can actually, okay, you note this, okay, and let's come to this. Okay, let's come to a new screen where you have some example of in-text citation that I already prepared. Okay, so here, look at this, these two examples. Okay, so you will see the in-text citation that you found here are written here. Okay, you can see that in red and in bold. Okay, how do you write it? Lombok is I will paste the part of adapted from here so that you can refer it easily. Okay, you see Lombok is taken from here. You will just write it very normally in full. Okay, you cannot just say L dot. Okay, you must say Lombok. Next component, so you will make a comma. Okay, comma, and then next component is a year, publishing year. Easy to find. Okay. And the next one is paragraph number. It really depends on where you put. But note here, you only write it in the short form. Okay. So this is just, you know, paperwork, but you have to follow it. It's the rule of in-text citation. So para dot and 5 or 2 or 4, it depends on where you get the information from. And note here again, the full stop of a sentence that you are writing must be after everything. Okay, it must be after everything. So you must note the place of the full stop here. It's not here. Okay, it's not here. It's not here. It is here. You can see that. Again, it's not here. Okay, it's not here. It is after everything is done. So you put it here. Okay, so note this. Second example is this. So these losses exacerbated by the blah blah. Again, you have this. So paragraph 1. So everything is so clear to you. It looks simpler now, right? One thing to note here is that we need to be able to paraphrase as much as possible when we extract the information from the text. Okay, so here we will make an assumption that here are all the effort of paraphrasing. Okay, if you do not paraphrase any part of the sentence, you have to put it into a direct quote, direct quotation marks. Okay, whatever style you adopt, whether you paraphrase or you quote directly, you will always use this. That's from my own experience. I think it's the most simple way to adopt in any style of in-text citation. Clear? So that's clear to you. So this is the easiest form. And you see that it comes at the last part of the sentence before the full stop of the sentence. So all of this are called, they will give it a very strange name. They are all called weak author style. Okay, so these are weak author style. Okay, if you use this, it's already very, very good. Okay, it's correct and it's proper. But the second way that you can use would be strong author style. And I will make a new slide because it's easier that way. Okay, and you don't need to refer to that anymore. Okay, now, so from weak author style, how do you change to the opposite is actually strong author style. And I write it in a different color. Strong author style. It's just different way of writing in text citation. Okay. And both ways are correct. Okay. So why I'm giving you this is to give you more flexibility in writing, and that might earn you more marks for the language component. Okay. So here I will copy this first so that it's easier. Okay. So this is the part that supposedly that it's paraphrased from a piece of information taken from the text. Okay, so how do you write in strong author style? It will be like this. For example, you can say Lombok okay, states that, okay, and this, it will become a normal, okay, a lowercase one. So you see Lombok states that. So Lombok is already here. You see Lombok is already the last name, that component. And you might want to paste, you might want to put this part right after Lombok. Okay. All right. So this part, okay. So strong author style is strong because you include the author in your writing. You mention the author in your writing. Okay. You make him or her strong by including him or her in the writing. Okay. And here specifically, you make him or her become the subject of your sentence. Okay. So there's something to note here. Of course, you still need a full stop at the end of the sentence. Firstly, look at the component. If you take out this type component, the rest need to stay inside the bracket. Okay. And the second one, you always need the three components, whatever, wherever, and whenever. Okay. But the second thing to note here is also this. Write, the safest way to write in text citation is to write them, for the strong author style, is to write them in present tense. Okay, so you see here, present tense. Okay, and that's a two note. Okay, so there are some other way that you can do. Okay, so I will make a way to, and you can have more flexibility. So Lombok, you can make here, and you can actually, okay, take this part and put it at the end of the sentence, just before the full stop. Okay, so you can have many ways to include them. Okay, there's no restriction. Another way is just to take everything and put it all the way back. Okay, so you have a lot of flexibility in using the strong author style. It's highly recommended to use as well. Okay. So you see, for same idea, for same piece of information, you have at least 4 ways of writing. Not even mentioning that you can just change this word. So you can use other words such as acknowledge, acknowledges that, or mentions that. Okay, you see? So similarly here, you can have, for the second example, it's easy. Okay, you can say that. Okay, so let's just do once. So I will make, yeah, you can say here. So for example, you can do strong author. Okay, Lombok. Lombok claims that. Okay, just choose a better word. Okay, these losses, da, 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 here, you see, and then all of this comes at the end. You can put them anywhere, but note the order. Okay, it follows the order. Okay, that's it, you see, and you have two other ways like above. Okay, so these are the strong author style. Until here, I think it's very clear for you to understand about how to integrate in-text citation in your writing. Am I right? Cool. So let's do some practice right now. So here, if you look at all of this, okay, so given that your adapted from part is here, you look at this, adapted from, okay, then you will see those are some examples of the in-text citation, okay. Our task right now is to find out if each of these example has some error in it, okay, some mistake in it, okay, so that we can avoid it. Look at the first one, okay. The first one, firstly, you can see, is it a weak author style? Does it belongs to the weak author style or a strong author style? Weak author style, right? Because the author is presented in a weak way here, is put into the bracket. Okay, so it's weak. Okay, and does it have all the three components? Yes, it does. Lombok, last name, year publishing, and then paragraph 1. But can you spot the error here? I'll give you 3 seconds. Right, so the error is right here. After the word para, you need a full stop, a dot here. Okay, so you really need a dot here. If you don't have, it's not correct. Okay, so you can see that it's very strict that way. I will make this dot very big so that you note. Okay, you need the dot here. Okay, and everything else will be all right. Similarly here, second example, look at the second examples. In poor nations, Lombok, 2015. What happens here? Yes, you can be very fast now. Again, you need paragraph. It's not in full. You have to write it, and so you have to write. I would delete everything here. It's easier that way. And you have to write it like this. Dot 6. Okay, clear? Hope that this explanation is clear for you. Okay, and the last one, last example for this exercise. Yes, very quick. Firstly, you don't need this. You just need the full last name. Okay, the family name written in full. So until here, you just delete it. Okay. Next, the component, the second component is missing here. It's the year number. Okay, so we need to add it here. Okay, and then the para one is fine. Okay, so very, very strict. You see, very strict way. Cool. That's it. So that's it for today's lesson. I hope that you can answer the 3 questions today. Okay. The 3 questions today that until here we can answer until today would be first, why should we do in-text citation? Secondly, what are the components? And third would be, how do we write them? How do we write them? The main part of today's lesson. We can write them either in terms of the weak author style or in terms of the strong author style. Why do we call them weak and strong? Weak means that you put the author inside the bracket, making it look like it's just a minor, not the main part of your sentence. Why do we call them strong? It's because you make the author as a part of your written sentence. Okay, so strong author style is strong. You can make that subject. And note here, try to write them in present tense. Okay, it's the best. Why do we write them in present tense? You might ask. It's because actually the article will live with us forever. The information will live with us forever. Okay, the information might not remain correct, but the article, the piece of information will be is there in front of you, so it's present. Okay, it's in the present. Okay, so hope that answer all your question. Very basic of the in-text citation. The lesson number 3, we are going to explore different cases that you will encounter or you might encounter in an NUS paper. Okay, not just very basic and straightforward cases like this. Okay, have a good time of the day and see you in lesson number 3.